It is. Yeah, it's so weird right now. I mean, like literally very weird times. And as such, I usually don't make many of these videos, but I thought, okay, this is probably now better time than any time. So, welcome to the real talk about isolation, or self quarantine, or whatever the cool kids call it these days. And surprisingly, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. So like obviously there's introverted people and there's extroverted people. I almost said outroverted. And I like to think that I probably fall a little heavily on the extroverted side of things. Usually I go out multiple times a week. If not just for food, I really enjoy going to the coffee shop and like getting 2 days worth of groceries, so I have a reason to go leave my house again. Um, and uh, and I was pretty worried when we first started off. In fact, the first week I actually did suck, and I felt pretty low and pretty unhappy with the whole idea of, hey, you're not only gonna be stuck indoors, but like you're not gonna be able to do anything even with a small group of people. For those of you who don't know, I live in Los Angeles, so it's we're getting it's gonna be wild if it's not already pretty wild. And it took a while to kind of get adjusted to that. Like my sleeping hours were fine. I didn't really stay up too much later. Not that like my day to day life really changes that much. But what I found myself doing is like I'd end stream at the normal time and I'd be like, okay, what do I do now? I guess I'll clean. I don't really want to clean. I'll watch TV. Okay. And so like I ended up neglecting a lot of my duties. I felt like my whole routine and schedule that I had set in stone that I was like really really used to because I had been doing it for the last 6 years roughly of my life. I felt like that had kind of gotten upturned, like upended, even though for whatever reason nothing else was changed. It was weird. The vibe was weird. I mean, people on the internet, you're just kind of worrying about my family back on the East Coast and trying to figure out, is this something that's actually pretty serious, or because this is the first week. We're talking like a month almost ago. And because LA started hella early. I mean, hella early. I think North Carolina shut down like 4 days ago, and I called my dad, and he was like, yeah, we went to dinner at the country club, and I was like,
Maybe not
the
on it.
fuck
Maybe
did
in
you just
front
say
of
you went? Did you just say you left your house? Are you kidding me? And it's just it's such a weird thing. Not to get like, I don't want this
I
to
have a
be a
question
depressing
for you.
video, by the way. I don't want to be
I
the
just want to
person
trick
that
you.
that tells you the same thing you've heard 4 million times. But I would be kicking
Texas
myself if I
defense
did
coverage
not
again.
say this is all better to be done ASAP and taken really seriously than half-assed, and we have to end up doing it again later on. It's kind of like the do your homework now and study for the test now so you don't have to get fucked over later and then have to take the test again because you're in remedial school. Except this time the test is a virus and remedial school is death, I guess. I don't know. Weird metaphor. Doesn't matter. So just stay indoors, and if you're already doing that, then honestly, congrats. And I'm seriously happy that you're doing that. Stop going out to parties and shit. It's weird.
I love this guy.
So
He's so
it's like a
funny.
discipline thing, man. I feel like those shit posts when people are doing No Nut November and they're like, it's day 4 and I can see through walls. My chakra aligned.
We're gonna
It's
swing
like,
away from that.
I feel
Whatever's
like
going on there
as
is
somebody who's
right.
normally needs to be around people and whatnot. I had the first person I got to hang out with face to face
Dude, that log
on
scares me
Friday this
every
week
time. That little
since
red.
March 10th. Um, and in fact, it was the first time that I'd left my house since the 13th of March. And so I had Io come
Tree
over and
stump?
he took over my
How
stream
much
and
is it?
played a
I don't
set in
know.
my kitchen. And
One that I'm running
I
is gonna
got
be like
drunk because
150.
I was like, guys, I get to
150.
drink with
Depending.
somebody. But then it's like, that's it. That was like 4 hours. He hung out for 4 hours and then he bounced, and neither one of us had been hanging out with each other, or other people. So I was like, okay, that's now I got to wait another 2 weeks just to be sure that I'm
Scab
that
boss
I'm
is over there with
safe.
his boys.
But God, man, it's just such a wow. To think that the 2020 would be like this is shocking, considering we started off with World War III posts and stuff like that. I mean, truly, if not one of the most bizarre things, because I feel like this could have been one of those like coalescing type events where the world comes together unironically and actually helps each other out, and maybe things are like kind of rosy and good for a couple
This
months. But
area is
no,
so
it's not gonna be
awful to
that
fight
way.
in.
Of course not. But I mean, seriously, this is like the defining moment of a lot of our lives when I thought 9/11 was going to be the defining moment of my life. It may have been the defining moment of my childhood and also a turning point for the country in the US, but this, man, I can't wait to see all the big major global changes that come because of this. I mean, it's going to be, I think that's the most interesting thing. How this virus and the way that everyone handled the virus is going to greatly affect what happens if and when this happens again. Like even, I know that's so boring kind of, but I'm just trying to find where's the fun in the quarantine, and how do I keep myself positive? It's like looking forward to seeing all the creative ways that people, hopefully resolve these problems in the future. I mean, I would be kind of shocked if most world leaders don't literally set up not just like a pandemic task force, but specifically like a core a la military, kind of like that, where you're just first responders for dire pandemic needs, whether it's helping out with testing or helping out with the hospital staff. I mean, I'm sure that that's oversimplifying some shit, but I'm just spitballing here. It's going to be very interesting to me. And on top of that, I'm super thankful that I have something that can keep I can keep myself sane, a little semblance of normalcy here, because I can stream and make videos from home just like I always have. And if not, to a fault, I've seen so many people talking about how this is a beneficial thing. Like, I got a text from a family friend of mine who was like, hey, if you play your cards right, you might come out the other end of this quarantine even more popular. And I thought that was like a weird sentiment to have, but I understood. It was like, hey, people are spending more time at home. Now these people are going to be spending more time watching streams or watching YouTube videos. And I don't know about you guys, but I think that it's more along the lines of people are just keeping themselves occupied more with and for longer periods of time than if they had multiple things out, multiple other things to do. So what I mean by that is, like, I haven't noticed a huge uptick in viewership. Maybe it's gone up a little bit. Maybe like 10%, 15%, I don't know. But what I have been noticing is, like, the longer and longer that I stream, instead of just 5 hours, I've been doing like 7, 8, 9-hour streams. Like, the viewership drop off is way less. People are like, well, I don't have anything to do tomorrow, or they leave the stream on in the background longer. So I've noticed that my watch time's gone up a ton, but it's not like it's for all the brand new DJs and athletes that are trying out Twitch for the first time. They're not necessarily bringing like a whole wave of people who have never heard of or used Twitch. Twitch definitely getting new viewers. I think it actually had the most unique viewers or most unique users on its site ever this month, which is like not a huge surprise. But it's not like they doubled their number. It was like up 3%, 5%, which is dope. Super cool. We love growth. So it's just, I'm just out here trying not to go stir crazy, talking to my friends. I set up some movie nights, which are nice. I've been streaming a lot more, and I'm thinking, I'm kind of curious, what are you guys up to? I know a lot of people have been using this time, because you do have the downtime, to like improve on craft. So like I've been mixing and practicing mixing more, and I want to learn how to make good bread by myself, because bread, love it. I don't think I could live without it. And with the quarantine happening, everybody's buying out of bread. Me, I got to be able to make my fresh bread and it's a 2-day process, so might as well start now. And like my house cleaner, my apartment rather, cleaner than it's ever been. It's kind of nice to have forced time at home, because now I can't even pretend to make an excuse like, oh, well, I'm going out in like 30 minutes. Why even bother starting the kitchen cleaning process? Like, let me just hang out and I'll do that later. So hopefully you guys are out here staying sane. I feel like the days have been kind of flying by. This will be the 21st day here in a bit at the next week. It'll be 3 weeks in quarantine here in LA, and I think things are going better than I expected. I'm kind of prepared to be in this for the long haul. I think that most people are estimating like a month to 2 months minimum, which means we would be at best a week to a month, from ending it. I don't see anything fun happening this summer. As in, like, I don't think I'm gonna get to go to any of my favorite my concerts, my shows. I'm not gonna go to a bar. But flip side, I'm just I'm I'm just hopeful that we get some more of these like digital shows. I mean, it was super fun for me to put one on with IO on my main channel, and fucking 7,500 people on average were watching it at any given time, which was like nuts to me. But yeah, there's so many interesting new ideas and ways that people are getting entertainment from this. I'm glad Twitch is one of them. I'm stoked that you guys still watch my YouTube videos, and I'm hopefully getting back into the stride where I'm actually making consistent content for YouTube, because like I said, it got a little weird at the start of that quarantine, and I was not thriving. But yeah, I'm just checking in on you guys. Hopefully you guys are staying in good spirits. If you're not, good news. You're definitely not alone on that one. But hey, there's so many. What better time to join some random, community Discord and start to hang out with some people, because everybody's online. Them group chats, they're fucking popping off right now. So much good content. So many good memes. But yeah, I'll see you guys at some point for probably like a Counter-Strike Overwatch video next. All right, later.